record the session. So guys, today's session I want to take is what is the difference between OLTP and OLAP. Okay, so let us come one by one, guys. So if you have some idea, what is OLTP, guys, and what is OLAP? So OLTP is defined as what? Online transactional processing. And OLAP is defined as what? Online analytical processing. Let me just write down. Online transactional processing. And OLAP is defined as, guys, what? Online analytical processing. So this is also called as what, guys? Database testing. This is called as what, guys? Data warehouse testing. So now when we talk about database testing and when we talk about data warehouse testing, so I already told the difference between database testing and data warehouse testing. But here what happened in database testing or OLTP testing and OLAP testing or data warehouse testing, I have made some properties. Based on that, I have divided the difference. Suppose in a database testing or OLTP testing, what would be the response time? You understand what is a response time? Time taken by the server to respond to the request. That is called as response time. Okay. So here what will happen if you write a query? Suppose I write select star from a table name. Okay. So in OLTP, that is database, what will happen? The time taken will be sub-second to second. The time taken will be sub-second to second. It will take few seconds and it will display the output. But if it is OLAP system, it is data warehouse system. If I write select star from table, what will happen, guys? It will take time, right? It will take minutes to hour. Why? Because there's a huge amount of data. In OLTP, there's less amount of data. Here, there's a huge amount of data. So it will take what? Minute to hours.
Sir, in OLTP, I mean to say that here is only transactional data, I think.
Yeah, here it is only transactional data and here it is analytical data. Data coming from all the databases gets accumulated in a place that is nothing but your data warehouse, right? So
historical data.
Yeah, that is what I'm telling. OLAP is analytical processing data. Based on those data, we'll do the analysis. Are you able to understand? I told all these things before in my previous lectures that there's a database. There's another database. Suppose this is database 1. Okay, this is database 2. Let me just open the online Blackboard. Okay, then I will tell you clearly. Fine, guys. Now see here, what I am telling is, see now.
Sir, this is session number 10 or 11 of ETL testing.
This is, I think, 5-6 sessions I have taken. Just see here, Nikhil. We'll discuss all this thing later. This is database 1. This is database 2. Okay. And this is database 3. Now I told you what happens in a database. This is online transactional data. That means what, guys? This is a registration page. Okay. A registration page is there. Okay. In registration page, what are the things, guys? Do you know what are the things in a registration page? Suppose there is a registration page. So what are the things in a registration page, guys? Can you just tell me? Suppose registration page is there. Okay. Suppose I go to a particular showroom or a Facebook application and all. Okay. And what I do is I just want to register in that. Okay. So what I will do? First, I have to give what? I have to give the name, right? This is a registration page. I'm writing RP. Okay, guys? Yeah. So now what happened, guys, is that I have to give what? The name. Suppose Facebook, I want to register. I'll give the name. Then I will get to give what? I'll give the email ID.
Email ID.
So
Phone
after
number.
that, I can suppose name, email ID, and age. All these things I will give in the particular or registration page. All these data will be stored where? In the database, right? This database. Similarly, suppose a particular product is getting sold, suppose a jeans is getting sold and all. So what will happen is that what is the quality of jeans, is it for male, female, all those data are getting stored in this database. Suppose there is another particular product, there's another product, this is product one, there's another product, product two. Their details will be stored in where, guys? In this database 3. Now, from all these databases, guys, what will happen is from database 1, database 2, database 3, what will happen is data will get stored where? In a particular data warehouse. This is what, guys? Data warehouse.
Data warehouse.
Now, what I am telling is what? Data warehouse is also called as what, guys? OLAP, online analytical processing. And database is also called as what, guys? OL.
OLTP.
This is called as what, guys? OLTP. Now, what
TP.
will happen? Why it is called as OLTP? Because this is transactional data. This is what? Analytical data. So what will happen, guys, is the database to qualify as data warehouse, I told you there are 4 properties. What are the properties? Do you know that? I told you subject oriented. Then, do you remember, Rakesh? Integrated,
Subject oriented, integrated,
non-volatile, and
non-volatile,
time variant.
time variant.
So subject oriented means it should be up for a particular subject like sales and all. Integrated means data is getting integrated from all these databases. Non-volatile means what, guys? Data. This is a very huge amount of data, so we'll not use update and delete and all. So that is why it is non-volatile. Time variant means huge amount of data, 20 years data, 30 years data, 100 years data. At least more than 1 year data will be in the data warehouse. For 2 months, 3 months, 6 months and all, for 1 year maximum will be in database. So what I was telling is that what is the difference between this OLTP and OLAP? So first is the response time. If you take a particular database, you write a query, then what will happen? I showed you, right? This is a particular database and this is Oracle database. If I write a query, how much time will it take, right? If I have written this query, select star from EMP, then how much time will this query take? It takes what? Millisecond to second, right, guys? And if it is a data warehouse, it will take what, guys? It will take what? Second to minutes. It will take at least a second to, we can write second to minute, because there is huge amount of data. Okay. So this is the first difference between OLAP testing and OLTP testing. So I have made a separate box for this. That is what, based on the response time, it can be sub-second to second, and it can be second to minute. Then operation. What are the operation we can do in a database, and what are the operation I can do in a data warehouse? Tell me, what are the operation I can do here? Here I can update the data. I can do what? Insert the data. I can do what? Delete the data.
Delete, truncate.
Yes, right. But in the data warehouse,
No.
we will do only read
cannot do.
operation.
Read
Read
to
operation is what? We will only use which command? We'll only use
Select command.
select command.
we will not use this update, delete, all those things. We'll only use read operation, that is select where in the
Select
data
command.
warehouse. Any doubt in these 2 points, response time and the DML operation?
No.
Fine. Next is nature of data. Next, I have given the pointers nature of data. Here is 30 days, 6 year, maximum 1 year data. Here it will be what? Here in the database, how many months of data can be there? What I told you, how many months of data can be there? It can be what? Tell me, guys. It can be what? Maximum what?
1 year.
1 year.
Maximum is 1 year. Just suppose 1 month data, then 2 month data. Maximum is what, guys? 1 year data. But here the data will be what? 10 year
10
data,
years.
1 year data.
right? Minimum 2 years data, 100 years data, 1000 years data, 1 lakh years data. All this data will be in the data warehouse. Fine, guys. Now, the next thing I wanted to tell you is the difference. What is the other difference? Yeah. So the other difference, guys, is nothing but your data organization. So here the data organization will be what? Will be an application from which the data will go into a database. Next is what, guys? This will be data is what? OLAP data is related to a particular subject, okay, for a particular time. So that is what is the data. Data's organization is what? Here through an application we can get, and here the data is coming from a file or a database. So here it will be related to a particular subject and related to a particular time data, which will be in the file format or it will be in a database format. You can write on subject or it is related to a particular time, and it will be in file format or DB, okay, or Excel. Okay, fine, guys. Next is size of the data. So what are the size of the data? It can be small to large, few MB to GB. Okay, so the data is small in size. It is few MB to GB. Here it is large to very large, few GB to TB, means gigabyte to terabyte. Here it will be maximum few megabyte to gigabyte. Activities we can do is that we can fill a form in the application. That data will be used to see that what is the use of database testing. If someone asks you what is the use of the database testing, guys, so what is the answer for you? What will you tell? So that the use of database testing is what, guys? If a person fills a form, then what will happen? If a person fill a form, then this is what is the database testing, right? He fills a form, his details are there. Suppose Rakesh fills a form. Now what will happen? This Rakesh will have a particular username and a particular password and all those things that we can check where, guys? In the database, right? That is called DB testing. What is DB testing? Testing the data from the front end of the application. Front end means user interface. From the front end of the application in the back end. Back end is nothing but your database. That is called DB testing. Now what happens in data warehouse testing, guys? In the data warehouse testing, what we do is different. This data is not coming that from a filling a form. This data will go into database. Now here what happened? Data is coming from different database getting integrated. It becomes a data warehouse. So this kind of data is used for analysis. Now analysis means what? From the data warehouse, the data will go to what? Do you remember the project architecture? From source to staging to data warehouse to BI report. Finally, it will go to a BI report. Based on the BI report, what we will do, guys? We will do the analysis. What analysis we will do? That how many people left the organization or how many people has joined the organization. What is the product which is getting sold most? What is the product which is not getting sold? So based on that, the higher management, like your CEO of the company, MD of the company, will take the decision. So ultimately, what happens in data warehouse is that it is used for the analysis purpose. This data is coming from filling the form in the application. Database design is normalized, mostly denormalized. So what is difference between, guys, normalization and denormalization? Can someone tell me what is the difference between normalization and denormalization? Anyone knows?
Normalization, big data turns into small tables.
What about anyone more knows what is normalization? Nikhil, do you know what is normalization?
Yes, sir. In short, I can tell what is normalization.
Yeah,
Sir,
what is normalization?
sir?
What happened in normalization? Splitting of larger table into smaller table
Small
without
table.
changing the functionality. See, this is a table T. Now this is splitted into which table? A T1 table. And then it is splitted into what, guys? A T2 table. Then it is splitted to what, guys?
It is mainly the organizing the data in a database. It is a process of organizing the data in a database.
Yeah, so how is that organized? We are splitting that table into smaller table. A big table is there, T. It has been splitted into T1 table, T2 table, and T3 table. That is called as normalization. Splitting of larger table into smaller table without changing the functionality of the table is called normalization.
Normalization.
And
Yes.
what is denormalization, guys? Have you ever heard about denormalization? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Again, I will take this topic again in detail. As of now, tell me what is denormalization. If someone will ask you what is denormalization, what you will tell?
Small table data will be together make a
Yes,
big.
very nice, guys. Very nice. Denormalization means what? Joining a small table to form a bigger table is called as what? Denormalization. There's a table
Denormalization.
T1, there's a table T2, there's a table T3. Now what happened? Data from all this table, from suppose T1 table, from suppose T2 table, from suppose T3 table, it is getting into a bigger table, suppose T4 table. This is called as denormalization. That means what? We are getting the data from the multiple small table to form a bigger table. That is called as
Data
denormalization. So what happens here is which kind of data is there in in a data warehouse? Mostly denormalized data.
Denormalized.
Here, what is the type of data? Normalized.
Normalized data.
This difference, guys, is very specific, very important. First, I told you based on the response time, it is taking sub-second to second, it is taking second to minute. This is our first difference. Second difference, operation here is DML changes. Here, it is what, guys? Primary read operation. Okay, that means select query.
Select.
Now, here what happened? Nature of data is 30 days, 6 days, 60 days, maximum 1 year. Here 5 year, 10 year, 100 year historic data. Here it is
Yeah.
current data or transactional data. Data organization is application. And here the data organization is related to a particular subject, a particular time. The data is coming in the format of DB or Excel or file. Next, size. Here the size of data is what? Very small to few MB to GB, but here the data is very huge, few gigabyte to terabyte. Now, activities, how the data is coming for OLTP is what? Like process like filling a form in the application. What activities is done for OLAP? What activities we do for OLAP is only for the analysis purpose. So database design, it is what? Normalized data, splitting of larger table into smaller table. But here denormalized data, because data is coming from multiple databases and getting accumulated in a centralized repository, that is, it is what? Mostly denormalized data.
So one question, that fourth point, data organization for application one, I didn't get. Could you please repeat again?
See here, this one, this point, which one?
No, fourth point.
See, data
Yeah.
organization means that data is coming from where? Tell me, for DML, for database.
Okay. From web or files can be.
Yes. From file, from web, right? You are filling a form, registration form, give the username, password for the Facebook, and then that data is coming in the backend. That is what you are testing from the front end to backend. That is what is called as DB testing, right? So what is the data organization there? Application.
Application, okay.
But what happened in the data warehouse, guys? In the data warehouse, it will be either given in a databases, you will get the data, or from an Excel file or from a file format, right? So these data are right in the it is related to a particular subject, it is related to for a particular time. So that is why I have written what? Here the data organization is application, but here the data organization will be either a database or an Excel or a file format. That too, those data are where? For a particular subject. Let us write down more clear, okay? Data will be in file format or DB or Excel. Okay. These datas are related to a particular subject. Any question, guys? Any doubts for this? This is very important.
Sir, in OLTP, it cannot be file. Always, it's not like always it should be from application and all. It can be file also, right?
Yes. For OLAP, right?
No, I'm saying about OLTP also.
No. How you're
No.
telling that it will be a file format? You are filling a form, okay?
Yeah.
Now those data, will you store it in a file?
No.
It will be in a database, right?
Yes,
That
yes.
is why its name is database testing. Where the data, why this database came? Tell me. Because we wanted to store the data, right? An employee is going, a person is going and opening his account in a bank, okay, and he's putting so much money in his bank account, right? And it is shown in the application, right? And this application get crashed. Now what will happen? It is stored in a database, right? So that
Yes,
at
yes.
least if the application is getting crashed also, but the database is maintaining the accurate data.
Okay. Yeah.
And that data, if you ask about after 20 years that what was my balance in, you will ask what 2012 not 2002, what is my balance? See, the no database will not keep the data. Those data are
This
historic data, okay? So he will
yeah,
tell,
that
okay,
will be in
if you want
OLAP.
20 years old data, please wait. It will take me at least 10 days. Then I will give you those data, because they have to fetch the data from where? From the data warehouse
Oh,
database,
yes,
not,
yes.
not this
Okay.
normal database.
Okay. Got it.
Are you clear, guys? Yes or no? OLTP, OLAP.
Yes, sir.
What is the
Yes, sir.
difference between database testing, data warehouse testing? What is the difference of OLTP, OLAP? First is based on the response time. It's sub-second to second, here second to minute. Operation of data, DML changes, primary read only. Let me write more clear. Primary read only. Okay, what is the command we use? We use only select. Fine, guys. Next. Now what happened, guys? This is 30 days, 60 days, or 1 year data, year, 5 year, 10 year, 100-year data. This is the data application, is a data organization is application. Here data will be in file format or DB or Excel. Size is small to large, few MB to GB, here large to very large. That means from gigabyte to terabyte. Activities, process is that filling of the form. Here the process is for only for analysis. This is normalized data. This is mostly denormalized data. Fine, guys. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Fine, guys. This is one of the part I wanted to tell you, the difference between DB testing and data warehouse testing. Now, one important thing I wanted to tell you is that sometimes they're asking what are the challenges in a data warehouse testing project, or what are the challenges in a data warehouse testing. So there are 6 points, guys, I have written for challenges in data warehouse testing. First of all is the volume of data, that too coming from a heterogeneous source. That means this diagram, if you see, so here tell me, guys, the data is coming from where? From multiple databases, yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So that means, is it not heterogeneous data? That means this is a particular database, this is a particular database, this is a particular database. All these databases, data are getting accommodated in data warehouse. So this is what, guys? Heterogeneous.
Heterogeneous.
This is not homogeneous, means same kind of data. This is different kind of data. So what happened? First of all, the data is huge, and that too what? It is coming from heterogeneous. It can be a file also, right? One data is coming from file, one data is coming from database. Now what happened? There are two heterogeneous sources from where data is going into a data warehouse. Am I clear, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
So first challenge in a data warehouse project is what, guys? First of all, the volume of data is huge, and that too coming from a heterogeneous sources. Next is the challenge in a data warehouse testing is data quality not assured at the source. Now the source file, the source data what we are getting, guys, now the source data what we are getting is itself not accurate. Then what we'll do? Now there's a source system. Let me just make a source system, guys. Let me just drag this. Give me just 1 second, guys. Yeah.
Sir, I want to say one thing. Today is my first class, sir, and I want to tell that, sir, your class is more than sufficient for cracking any interview of ETL testing.
Thank you. Thank you. Just attend. Okay. Guys, now come. Okay. Now, guys, this is a source system. Okay. This is a source system. Okay. Now, guys, what is happening is this is a source system. Fine, guys. Now, my question to you is this. If you come here, you see here, data is not assured at source means what, guys? Now, the source is having a particular table, right? Now, what happened in this table, guys? What happened? This data, right? Now data, now it is having a column called as salary, guys. Fine, guys. Now in this salary, the data type defined is what, guys? Number. Data type is number. And that too what, guys? 10. 10 means the data size. Maximum can be what? If
10.
number 10 means what? Number 10 means maximum size can be what? 9, 9, 9, 9. How many times? 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the maximum value, guys. And minimum value is what? 100. Minimum value is what, guys? 100. So this is the limit, minimum to maximum. That is what is called as number data type. Data type is number. Size of the data is 10. 10 means what? 10 means what? Maximum value is this one, and minimum value will not be 100. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are you able to understand? If I tell num, let me just take a simple example, num2. So now what is the maximum value for num2? Tell me, guys. Num2 maximum value is what? 9, 9. What is the minimum value? 10. Are you able to understand? What is the minimum value? 10. 2-digit minimum value is 10. 2-digit maximum value is what, guys? 99. That is the range. Okay, this is called as data type. This is called as data type size.
And sir, maximum 3-digit is 999 and minimum 3-digit is 100.
100. That is what is the, this is data type and this is size of the data. Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now I am telling this source is not now the trick is quality not assured at source means the column is salary, his data type is number, that to 10. Now what will happen is here only number should be there, but the values, if you see here, the values is coming is as what? This is 100. Let me just write down here number 2 so that confusion is not there. So let me just where's that eraser? Let me write down the data type number as 2. So maximum value can be 99 and minimum value is 10. So this is fine. Now this is also fine. Now there's a value A1. Now there is a value $5. Now there's a value something AA. Now what will happen, guys, is here it is only defined as number data type. Now what will happen is that this is the source data. Now what happens, this source data quality is not assured. Why, guys? This alphanumeric value will not work. This character value will not work. This special character will not work. Alphanumeric value is not work. This is the source data which is provided by the client. It itself is having a data quality issue. The data quality means the quality of the data. This is not having a data quality. This is first of all the problem. So this is also a challenging part in a data warehouse testing project. The first thing you have to tell is what the challenges in data warehousing project is. First is the volume of data is coming from heterogeneous sources. Then the data quality is not assured at the source. And then the complex business logic, the transformations what we have taught you. If you remember my YouTube videos, I taught you there's something called as aggregate transformation. There's something called as filter transformation, router transformation, lookup transformation, joiner transformation, sorter transformation. Now, these are complex transformation logics, guys. SCD type 1, 2, 3, and their validation. So this complex kind of business logics, what we have to test in a data warehouse testing project is very, very challenging. That is what is the challenge in data warehouse testing project. Any doubt, guys, still in these 3 points?
No.
Fine, guys. Next is what? Availability of required test data. Test data is the minimum set of data to proceed with the testing activities. Suppose the minimum set of data I want to proceed with the testing activities is not given. Okay. So what happened is that, suppose, guys, what happened is, let me just drag it here. Okay. Suppose a particular minimum set of data is required. I want to check the 2-year data. Okay. 2-year data means what, guys? 2021 data and 2022 data. Now what happened, guys, is 2021 data is not available. And what happened, guys? 2022 data is also not available. Not available. Then what will happen is the required test data is not there. So what we will have to do is we will have to create the test data. We will have to create the test data. Test data is nothing but the minimum set of data to proceed with the testing activities. So we will have to prepare the minimum set of data, nothing but your test data. Suppose 2021, what is the salary? So at our own understanding, we prepared the salary of the person is suppose 10,000 rupees monthly. Now for 2022, what is the salary? I prepared a test data that the minimum salary of that employee is 20,000. So this is our understanding, guys. Based on that, we prepared the test data. But this test data was not provided to us with the client from the client. So we had to prepare this test data. So this is one of the challenges in our data warehousing project. That is what, guys, availability of test data. Then is guys is that there's no proper documents available. Proper documents like what I told you. First thing in ETL testing, what we require is, guys, which document? Everyone tell me. STM document, source to target mapping document, also called as what, guys? STTM document, source to target document, source to target mapping document. This document I showed you many times. Again, I am showing you. Let me just show you again. This is the first thing. There's a Gita of ETL testing, guys. Everyone should know this document. When we can start testing, first thing, what document is required? One is the business requirement document, and next, the very important, the most important, people call it as mapping document. People call it as source to target mapping document. It is called as STM document, STTM document. What happened here is the source and then transformation logic and the target. So suppose source table, source column data type, transformation logic, there's no transformation, then it is called as straight pull. One-to-one mapping, direct pull, straight load. This is the source table, source column, source data type, target table, target columns, target data type. Like that, any transformation logic is there. Again, target table, target column, target data.
Can I ask one question if you permit, sir?
Yes, tell me.
ETL tester has to work upon STTM or, sir, business document, sir? Dependability on what? STTM or business document?
Both the documents. See, mainly you will mainly you will focus on the STM document. Okay, mainly you have to check what? As an ETL testing, you have to test the data from source to target and from target to BI report, right? So mainly you have to focus on the STM document. First, you will see what is the source table name. Entity means table. What is the source columns? What is the source column data type? What is the transformation logic? What is the target table, target column, target data type? This is one particular most important document. Now in the BRD document, in the requirement document, the details of these things are given. This table, now the details, what is the functionality of this table, what are the columns in this table, all these details will be given on the BRD document. But as an ETL tester, our main focus is what, guys? STM document. We'll refer both the document. If we are getting confused in this STM document and all, then we can refer to BRD document. But the actual test cases are prepared and actual testing is done based on this STM document. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. This is given by client.
Yeah, this is given by the developers. Suppose the requirement is given, okay? First thing is, guys, what? First thing is given is what? Is the requirement document. Now requirement is given by the client. Now from the requirement, there's a BRD document given where it is written all the details of the table, what is the source, what is the target, all those things are given here. Fine, guys. Now after that, what will happen? There's a team called as developer. There's a team called as designer. There's a team called as test engineers. Okay. Now developer team is further divided into two kinds of developer. Which are the developers? ETL developer. And there is something called as what, guys? BI developer.
SQL developer, sir.
Business intelligence report developer. Now what will happen is this BRD business requirement document, based on this developer will prepare what? The STM document, source to target mapping document. It will be given to whom? To the test engineer. Based on that, he will prepare what? Test cases. And then he will do what? Testing. And after doing testing, he might get what? Some bugs. Yes or no, guys? Yes, he will get some bugs. And then he will get some bugs or defects. And then this will be fixed by the developer. And again, come to the test engineer. He will again retest that bug. And if it is properly fixed, he will close it. We will close that bug. And finally, that particular dashboard will be released. Released means what, guys? It will be handed to whom? To the client.
Sir, how is test cases prepared?
Yeah, there's a separate session. I'll tell you how to prepare the test cases. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So this is the designer. He will prepare the blueprint. Like I have to make a house. Then I have to put what? 2 rooms, 1 toilet, then 1 kitchen. Okay, all those things, that designing of that application will be done by this designer. He will do the actual coding. He will do the actual testing. Fine, guys. Let us come to the topic. What I was telling is that no proper document available. Suppose the STM document is not at all given. Then what you will do? You will directly consult to whom? To the developer. And then what he will do is that he will tell that, okay, we have used this transformation logic. Salary should be increased by 10%. And that is what is the transformation logic. So that is what you can directly consult with developer. So this is again a challenge in data warehouse testing project. Next is any changes done has to be updated in the mapping document, and then we can do the testing. See, if you want to do any changes in the logic, so what happened? We are testing according to what? According to the STM document. Okay. Now there's a campaign initiative column. Now, what I wanted is that in this campaign initiative column, whatever the values were there, suppose in this campaign initiative column, there was a salary column. Okay. Now I wanted, now I know this requirement came like that, this salary should be incremented by 10%. Means the person is earning 1,000 rupees monthly salary. Now he should get what, guys? 10% increment is what? He should get a salary of 1,100. That means this is the transformation logic. This is the transformation logic. What is the transformation logic? Salary get incremented by 10%. Now, if the salary is getting incremented by 10%, this transformation logic needs to be implemented. Then where it needs to be updated first, guys? Everyone tell me. It should be updated in which document?
Source step.
Source to target mapping document, it should be updated. So what is the challenge here? Any changes done has to be updated where? In the mapping document, and then we can do the testing. Any doubts, guys, in the challenges in data warehouse testing project? What are the challenges in data warehouse testing? Am I clear, guys? Tell me yes or no. Yes.
Sir,
First is what?
In real-time project, which is the most common challenges faced for ETL testing?
Yeah, these are the things. First, you will tell volume of data is coming from heterogeneous sources. Data quality was not assured at the source system. Okay, the data type of my data was number, but there was some special characters in that data. There was alphanumeric values in that data. There was the complexity of the business logic, which we have to understand and validate the data. There was no test data given by the client. We had to prepare the test data. STM document was not given by the developer. So what happened is that we had to consult to the developer. We have to connect to the developer, understand the business logic, and then we started doing the testing. And these are the challenges. Any change, if it needs to be implemented, it has to be updated in STM document. That is the challenge in data warehousing project. So these are the challenges what you have to remember when you explain a challenge in a data warehouse testing project. Fine, guys. Any doubts? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Yeah. Next, guys. STD I completed yesterday. So let me come to a very important topic. This question will be asked in any ETL testing interview. 110% they ask this question.
Primary key and surrogate key.
Yes, what is the difference between a primary key and a surrogate key? So let us just focus here, guys. So primary key, it will be in a normal database, that is OLTP database. And surrogate key will be where? In a OLAP system, in a data warehouse. What is the first difference, guys? Can everyone tell me?
Transactional data, historical data.
Where will be OLTP and where will be OLAP? My question to you is, where will be a primary key and where will be a surrogate key? My question to you is very simple.
In OLTP, primary key. And
Where will be a primary key and where will be a surrogate key? This is a primary key. Now, where will be a primary key and where will be a surrogate key? Tell me, where will be a primary key, where will be a surrogate key?
Primary key will be in OLTP.
Okay.
And surrogate key will be in OLAP.
Fine, guys. Let me just drag it here so that you can see it clearly. Yes, guys. Let me just erase this. Yeah. Yeah, primary key and surrogate key. Now, primary key will be where? In the database, and surrogate key will be where? In the data warehouse. Any doubt, guys, here? So primary key, when the primary key is getting generated and when the data surrogate key is getting generated, what is the answer for this? Primary key is getting generated at the time of table creation. Suppose a developer is creating a table, then what is the syntax he used to create the table? Tell me. Do you know how to create a table? Create table, table name, then column name. Do you remember that? Data type. Suppose number 10. Then data. Then we will write what? This column is defined as what, guys? Primary. So this table is created whose name is, suppose I put a name, okay? Whose table name is what, guys? EMP. Okay. Or temp. Okay. What is the table name, guys, here? Table name is temp. Create table name. This is the table name. What is the column here? Table column is what? Salary. What is the data type? Number. What is the size of the data? 10. And what is the constraint here? Is the primary key. So this is created at the time of table creation. But this surrogate key gets automatically generated after the what? ETL process. So what is the second difference? Primary key values are entered by the user at the time of table creation of the table, but surrogate key values are generated by the system using ETL mechanism. What happens in surrogate key? I told you yesterday also, again I am telling you, surrogate key gets generated by the ETL mechanism by itself. An employee is there. Primary key can get duplicated in a data warehouse database. What happened? One employee is there, right? His name is Ram. Now Ram was in Bangalore. Okay, Ram was in Bangalore. Now Ram went to Chennai. Ram went to Mumbai. The employee is same only. Now in a normal database, he will have a unique ID, employee ID. Now his employee ID is 1. His employee ID is what, guys? Yeah, or I will tell it as employee number. His employee number is 1. Employee number 1. Employee number 1. Did it got repeated or not? Did it get duplicated or not? Tell me, guys, yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
So what happened, guys? Here this is getting what happened? This got duplicated. Although in a normal database, this will be unique, but here in a data warehouse system, this can get duplicated. So there is a key called as what, guys? Surrogate key, which is a sequential number, right? Yes or no? This will give a unique value to this values. It will be 1, 2, 3, which will make each and every record unique. This will be unique record. This will be unique. This is a unique. This is generated in the data warehouse project by the ETL mechanism. Surrogate key is always number. Primary key can be number or character. Are you able to understand, guys? Yes or no? Yes. So what is the next difference, guys? What is the next difference? Primary key values are entered by user at the time of table creation, but surrogate key values, what happened? gets generated by the system using what, guys? ETL mechanism. Next is primary key values can be numeric or character. Surrogate key values are always numeric. Okay. Surrogate key values cannot be character at any cost. Primary key values belongs to the table data. Okay. And that is of the business data. Surrogate key does not belong to table data or business data. This point you have to focus, guys. Now what happened? Primary key data belongs to the table data. Means the table is having some business data, a particular person who got registered to a particular Facebook application. His name is there, his email ID is there, his password is there. Those things are business data. But surrogate key, this values are having some business value, right? Suppose a particular employee is there. Understand in this way, a particular employee is there. His employee ID is 1. Now, this particular employee whose employee ID is 1 is working in XYZ company. So that is having some business value, that this person Ram is working in a company. Suppose I take a company named Tata. So this Ram is working in Tata, who is having the employee ID 1. Okay, so it's having some business use. Okay, this business is what? This employee is having the ID as 1, is working in Tata. So there is some business
Sir,
use.
we cannot able to see that notepad screen.
No, I'm not sharing the notepad.
Okay.
I'm sharing
I thought like this you were saying, so you might do that.
No.
Okay.
Surrogate key does not belong to the table data or business data. That means there's no use of business guys here. Are you able to understand? This is simple. No, what I'm telling is, suppose a person Ram. Now his ID is 1. He's working for Tata company. Okay. So now what happened in a particular database? What will happen, guys, is it will have some meaning that for a Tata company, this Ram is working. His employee ID is 1. It is having some business. Okay, business is what, guys? His employee ID is 1. He's an employee of Tata. But this is not in the case of data warehouse, right? Because this particular person got repeated 3 times. So it is only for the analysis purpose. There is no business use of this particular data, but this data is having some business use. We can use that particular business, right? So that is why it is called as what, guys? This can be used for business data for this particular primary key. But here this primary key is already duplicated, and now we are using a particular surrogate key. We don't use this surrogate key for any business purpose, but we can use this employee number for the business purpose. So this is another difference, guys. And the last difference, which is very, very important, this is random order. This is very important. It can be any random order, but it should be unique. It can be primary key can be what, guys? It can be 1, it can be 5, it can be 7, but it should be unique in a particular database. But here it is not the case. It should be always sequential. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Always and always sequential. So this is again a difference. So first, it is used to maintain unique record in an OLTP database. It is used to maintain a unique record in OLAP database. Primary key values are entered by the user at the time of table creation. Surrogate key values are generated by the system using ETL mechanism. Next, primary key values can be number or character. Surrogate key values are always number. Next, primary key is having some business data. Surrogate key values will not have any business data. Next, this is random order. This is always sequential number. See, guys, these 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can skip this number, point number 4, because they will tell you a lot of explanation. What is that business data? Then you have to tell that this employee is working in this organization, is having some business value, because this person employee number can be used for business data. Here, there is no use of that business data, but these 4 points you should tell at one shot. It is used to maintain unique record in database. It is used to maintain a unique record in data warehouse. The primary key values entered by user at the time of table creation. Surrogate key values are coming at the time of ETL mechanism. Primary key values are number or character. Surrogate key values are number. It is random order, is sequential order. If you tell this much, there is no one who can stop you from giving these answers accurately 100%. Am I clear, guys? Yes or no? Any doubt?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Did you understood the difference between primary key and surrogate key?
Sir.
Fine, guys. Did you understand the difference between database testing and data warehouse testing?
Yes.
Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
So what is an initial load or full load or first load, guys? We'll start tomorrow, and then we will learn there's something called as incremental load or delta load or second load. And how we do the validations for this, guys. This is very difficult topic, and I don't think anyone has ever explained these topics clearly. So you need to attend my class tomorrow at 8 p.m. as it will be very difficult. And then we will learn, guys, slowly we'll go to the integration testing, regression testing, user acceptance testing. After all those things, then we will learn what are the testing done in a data warehouse testing project. Then we will go to the BI report testing. Okay, after all these things, we learn the entire OBI, Power BI, will install the Power BI and do, then we will learn that what are the defects in an ETL testing projects. And after that, after all these things, guys, what will happen is that we'll go to the data modeling, which is very important. Fact table, dimension table, all those we will learn. Then we will move to the test scenario, test cases, and then we will go to the unique data, CV preparation. There's so many other topics which are left. Tomorrow we'll meet at same time, 8 p.m. Nikhil, you also join. Okay, that's all, guys. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you.